Hey, what is up guys? So today I want to talk about playing for the team, or essentially changing your character or hero to better suit the team for the time being, even if that means it's a hero that you don't like to play. Specifically, this is going to be more so in ranked than anything, because when you're doing quick match, the idea of it is to have fun, unless you're of course trying to practice for a specific ranked team, or if you're trying out other heroes just to get an idea of how they work. Now, I've been playing ranked for a while, and eventually, I will get to the max rank, hopefully, pretty soon, in this game. And the thing is some heroes against certain other compositions just don't work so well. A lot of people say, I have a main, and I would say, I definitely do have my mains. Like, those are my go-to heroes that I want to play. But for certain scenarios, or if, other people want to play certain heroes, you're not going to have that option to play. In this example over here, you're going to see that I'm playing Genji, but I'm going to have to swap off. And I actually swapped to a hero that I personally didn't really enjoy playing. I know he's a really easy hero, personally, for me to play. And I can play him relatively well. But the thing is that I just didn't, want to play him because I favor other heroes. Now the thing is on this opener you'll see here, I just legit could not break anything with Genji. There's a turret, there's some metro turrets, and there's a Roadhog basically just, holding down the archway. And from that, I'm going to go ahead and swap over to Winston. And what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to play for my team, and I hope I can encourage some of you guys to swap off of your main hero. A lot of times even when I'm playing in ranked, some people would be like, well, no, I only want to play this hero. Or if you say, hey, can you swap off, this would better suit the team. And it's not like I'm like, wow, you suck as this hero, go ahead and play this hero instead. I'm literally saying, hey, you know what, I think it'd be better if you swap to another hero. No one told me to swap in this game, although there are times where people are like, hey, you know what, I don't think that Genji would be good right here. And the thing is, sometimes they could be wrong. Like, there's a lot of times when we are on defense, and I'll play Genji, and people are like, I don't think Genji is good on defense. If I'm not doing good on Genji, I'll definitely swap. But the thing is I think I'm really good at Genji on certain maps, and sometimes it works out, and sometimes, again, it doesn't. It just depends on the team composition, and it's all about swapping to what you feel comfortable with, and not only just feeling comfortable with playing, but also able to do well on that hero. Because for the right scenario, there are heroes where it would be good to have. For example, if there's a bunch of some metro turrets in a room, Winston is excellent. He just runs in there, throws up his gun, and just shoots it, and then he's just going to go ahead and destroy all the turrets relatively fast. And some people just might not be able to do that for whatever reason. Even if you think it's super, super easy to pull off, Winston left click. Some people just simply can't do it. And that's to say that sometimes players can't play certain things. They just either don't have the experience, or they're just not good with it for whatever reason. Like I said, it could be the easiest hero, and you can tell them, hey, swap to this hero because you suck at this hero, and it's going to cause your team to actually lose. But again, my point of making this video is to encourage you guys to swap off of your main. You don't always have to play a certain hero. I see a lot of times when I queue up in 5-man, the one guy that we always get, for I don't know what reason, like on their profile and their ranked games played, it's like, I have 10 hours of Soldier 76, and then that's it. Like, they only play one hero. But the thing is, if they're doing good with it, I don't mind. It doesn't bother me at all. And again, I'm not going to be like, hey, you suck at Soldier 76, swap heroes. I'm going to tell him, I don't think a soldier is going to fit well when we have, composition where they're all, well, okay, against all Reapers is not that bad. But the thing is I'm just trying to give you guys a better example. Okay, let me give you, this is a really good example. So, if we are facing off against 6 Junkrats, you know what would be excellent? To have multiple Pharahs, because Junkrat can't really do anything against a Pharah, for the most part. I mean, yeah, I know he can sometimes get a lucky shot, or he can throw his mine in the air, explode it, but for the most part, Pharah just pretty much dumpsters all over Junkrat, and that's just to say that's just a matchup where it's in someone else's favor, and that's where you gotta go ahead and actually swap. And that's where it pays essentially to know more heroes, to have more heroes in that hero pool, And if you don't feel comfortable with multiple heroes, maybe don't go into ranked yet. Maybe learn a few heroes. This way, if not only your team is playing like multiple of his heroes, like there are some times where there calls for, you know, multiple Pharahs. There are some maps that can call for, you know, certain compositions. And again, it's just because I want you guys to be better players, and also it'll really help out the community. Like sometimes you will see people and they will seriously be like, "Wow, dude, you suck as this hero. Go swap off." And you see over here, like this play right here, I personally think was pretty bad right here, where I just ended up trying to chase down a McCree. I ended up not getting the kill. It did kind of push him back, and it let us kind of push the payload. But for the most part, I don't think that was really necessary. I think actually what I should have done is actually jump behind him and actually pushed him into the team. So like there are some times where I will definitely say that I messed up. Like there was a time where I was ulting, and I accidentally, well, it wasn't really accident because I had went on to a Reaper. I had, you know, I smacked him into my team so they can follow up, but the thing is he instantly got Zarya shielded and then he ulted, and it really sucked, and I will definitely say that's my fault. But there are some times where it's really not necessarily your fault. Like I didn't know he had ult up. I didn't know that smacking him into my team and the Zarya was ready to follow up with a shield and instantly he was going to ult. Like it was just a good play that they happened to make, and you can see the Reaper's low over there. But I wanted to grab the health because I didn't want him to grab it, because his Wraith form actually increases his speed. It's a small amount, but like even on the tooltip it says it increases speed, and like for the longest time I didn't expect it to actually be like that much. But nonetheless, yeah, I just wanted to make this video to show you guys that you don't always have to play one hero. Definitely feel free to swap off another hero certain times. Again, we'll just call for certain things, and don't get too upset about your teammates if you see multiple people playing the same hero, because that's totally okay. If they're doing well with it, by all means, hey, sometimes players are like so good. Like there was one time, actually it was like yesterday on the live stream, we got this guy that was I don't know if he was I want to say he was Korean, because I know there's a lot of like the circles and like the text. We had this Korean guy and he was playing Symmetra on attack, and I was like, I didn't really like Symmetra on attack, but you know what, like I said, sometimes players are like one-trick ponies and they're really good with that hero, and it can definitely pay off. But the thing is he didn't swap off at all, and even in, I think, the chat, people were like, you know, I don't think Symmetra, I'm not talking about like in my Twitch chat, but I'm talking about like in the in-game chat. People were like, you know, I don't think Symmetra would be too good when we're on attack, because I thought it was a legit mistake that he thought we were on defense, because sometimes I'll lock in a character and I'm like, oh man, we're on attack, okay. So like I'll swap off of it, because, you know, sometimes you just don't pay attention to the game when it's starting because you're reading chat, right? But yeah, like he was playing Symmetra on attack and he made it work. He had the teleporter, he had it for flanks, and it really did work out. And that's to say, like, give the person the opportunity to at least show you that they can play that specific hero in that specific role, whether it's attack or defense or whatever part of the payload that you are in, or whatever part in the contested map that you are in, whatever the you know, the points are. Maybe, you know, swapping to a Winston the last second is something that's really common, but, you know, for whatever reason this guy swaps with Symmetra at the last second and it works out. Hey, dude, it's totally fine. You might not understand how they play. Everyone has a different play style, and different heroes can definitely excel at different points. But sometimes people, again, they're one-trick ponies. They really excel at doing certain things. And over here, you'll see that, like, we literally would have lost had I not swapped to Winston and was able to play, you know, really aggressive, get my team the opportunity to go in. I think, yeah, this is the game when we were playing against the main. Like, she was stalling, I think, a lot. Yeah, this is it. She would, like, legit just jump on the payload, get to low HP, then just instantly, like, throw up her, I would say hourglass, League of Legends talk here, her freeze form, where she would just freeze for a second and she, you know, gets to heal up, turn into a giant ice cube. But, like, she would do that and then she would wall off, and she was just legitimately stalling for time. And as Genji, you can't really do too much against Mei. Here's one of those Reaper plays. This isn't the one I was talking about where they Zarya shielded, but there was one time where I had done this, and then immediately Zarya shields him, and then he ults, and it was just like, wow, dude, this Winston's an idiot. But like, yeah, it wasn't something that was intentional. Like I didn't know he had ult, and I didn't know Zarya was going to follow up immediately with a shield. And yeah, he just got pushed into the team, got wrecked around you. But yeah, like I said, definitely let the player at least try, you know, playing the hero, even if you think it's bad. Like I said, sometimes people are pretty good, but let's go ahead and just let this replay here finish off. But yeah, you can see there's a not Torb, there's a freaking Bastion over there. Sometimes like even Bastion, like sometimes we'll be on attack and sometimes people will be playing Bastion. Over here, so we actually didn't make it to the very end in this, but it's fine. Like I swapped to Widow at this point, and they didn't even get any points. But yeah, like I said, like during that first point, I had to swap to Winston. You guys saw like there's a Roadhog literally like sitting at the arches, and that forces a Genji to either use his dash or instantly use his reflect to block the grab. And at that point, you know, the Symmetra turrets were there, and well, you can't really do too much against the Symmetra turrets other than dash away or dash into them if they're all stacked on top of each other. But most Symmetras, especially when you're playing ranked, they're gonna order them in a certain order where make it so you can't just like, you know, throw the shuriken fans. But yeah. Hopefully this encourages you guys to at least give the player an opportunity, but also increase your hero pool and also swap. If you're whatever hero that you're playing, even if it's your main, if it's not working out, definitely feel free to swap. Like you don't have to play that hero. And if you're playing ranked, maybe go ahead and swap to another one. I know I'm drunk right now, but then like someone made the call actually. Another like good team play here. Someone was like, I think it was CC over here. He was like, "Yo, I think you should swap to Widowmaker." And I'm like, you know what? All right, you know, I'll go ahead and be a team player. And if he thinks that it's going to be more advantageous for us to have a Widow, you know, if I'm not like, you know, 100% confident in whatever my hero pick is, especially against some of the players, specifically against like a Winston. Winston can't do too much against Widow on this specific map, but sometimes when you swap to like a Widowmaker, the Winston will just jump on you and like he'll just, you know, left click you down, and his cooldowns are pretty short. And I was shooting over here. I think I was saying for it, like the Junkrat can bounce off of that specific area. I was just showing him those examples. But yeah, yeah, like I said, sometimes just let the player at least try it out, the hero, before you guys go and flame him in the chat. Let the guys play, you know, some obscure thing. Like I said, we had a Symmetra on attack and it worked out pretty good. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helps you guys out. I'm signing out.